In the heart of human history, there have been whispers, prophecies echoing across generations, signs in the sky and trembling in the earth. But now, something has shifted, something different, not a coincidence, not a random event, but the final sign, unmistakable and earth-shattering. As if heaven itself is trying to scream out one last time, and yet the world sleeps, but you're not like the world. You've clicked this video because deep down, something inside you knows that this moment means more than headlines or politics. It's divine, it's eternal, and if you're listening, that means you've been chosen to know the truth before it's too late. 2. Every soul has a moment when it must choose between comfort and conviction. Right now, as you hear my voice, that moment is upon you. The final rapture sign isn't just a cosmic event. It's a mirror held up to humanity's soul, a test, a trumpet blast in disguise. The question isn't whether the sign appeared, but whether you had eyes to see it. For decades, scholars and saints have spoken of such a sign, a prophetic unraveling that would mark the last call before the rapture. Now it has arrived, not with fanfare, but with a whisper, but those awake can hear the roar within it. 3. There are moments in time when heaven bends closer to earth, moments so pregnant with purpose that even the wind seems to hold its breath. This is one of those moments. The last rapture sign is not only a celestial fulfillment, but a personal invitation. It's your invitation to rise, to shake off spiritual sleep, to stand where few dare. While many mock and others laugh, the chosen will move. You are the chosen. You are not watching this by accident. This video is a divine appointment written long before you were born. Can you feel it? That stirring in your spirit? That is truth knocking. 4. Long before this moment, the ancient scriptures laid out the roadmap. Signs in the sun, moon, and stars, wars and rumors of wars, but one sign was reserved for the very end, one unmistakable, undeniable marker that the King is coming, and now it's here. You've probably seen it, but didn't know what you were looking at. Because the final sign doesn't beg for attention. It waits. It waits for the prepared, the watchful, the ones who haven't let the fire go out. This isn't about religion. This is about reality. A reality more real than the ground beneath your feet. 5. You may wonder, why now? Why me? Because you have a purpose in what's coming. Because God doesn't reveal warnings to spectators, only to warriors. The last rapture sign is a countdown not just to escape, but to assignment. There are people who need your voice, your courage, your testimony. But first, you must understand what the sign means. It's more than a prophetic fulfillment. It's a spark, a divine alarm clock shaking the sleepers. And now, the time is no longer someday. The time is now, right now. Every heartbeat you feel is proof that your role in this is not over yet. 6. All through history, people have asked, when will the end come? But what they really mean is, how long do I have left to get serious? The last rapture sign answers both questions, not with fear, but with fire. This isn't about escaping the world, it's about lighting it up before we go. That final sign appeared not to terrify, but to clarify. It reveals what's true, what's fake, and who's ready. You're still breathing because you're meant to be part of the greatest awakening the world has ever seen. The enemy wants you distracted. Heaven wants you focused. Jews 7. Some say it's just a theory, a coincidence, a natural phenomenon, but the wise know better. They feel it in their bones, hear it in their dreams, and see it in the silence between chaos. The final sign wasn't for the skeptics. It was for the seekers. Those who have walked through darkness and still held on. Those who refused to give up on the promise. And now the final signal has been given, not to scare you, to awaken you. You are closer to eternity than you realize. And whether you're ready or not, the clock has started, but you still have time to step in. 8. What if everything you've been through, all the pain, the confusion, the delays, was preparing you for this exact moment? What if the last rapture sign isn't just about Jesus coming back, but about you stepping up? The shaking you feel is divine alignment. Heaven is mobilizing its warriors. You weren't born to blend in with the darkness. You were born to pierce it. This sign isn't the end of your story. It's the explosion that ignites your calling. While the world spins in chaos, you've been marked to rise. You have a part to play, and it starts with one word: yes. 9. They mocked Noah until the rain fell. They mocked the prophets until the fire came. And now they mock the signs. But those with oil in their lamps aren't laughing. They're preparing, because the last sign isn't just a signal. It's a separation. The wise from the foolish, the ready from the reckless. This moment will divide the passive from the passionate. And you, watching this now, are being called to choose, not next week, not when it's convenient. Now, you feel it, don't you? That tension inside you. That's the Spirit pulling you toward your destiny. 10. We don't get to choose the season we're born into, but we do choose how we respond. You were born for this hour. Out of billions of souls, you were placed here now at the brink of the greatest event in human history. That's not random, that's purpose. The last rapture sign didn't come to entertain. It came to enlist. You are being called into a new level of faith, fire, and focus. You were not designed to be a spectator. The time for spiritual survival is over. Now is the time for revival. And revival always begins with the ones who say yes when others run. 11. The heavens have declared it. The earth is groaning with it. And now your soul is awakening to it. The final rapture sign wasn't just a cosmic display. It was a divine conversation between God and those who are listening. And if you're still watching, then you are one of the listeners. But don't just listen, respond. Let this moment mark you forever. Don't scroll past this truth. Don't click away. Something eternal is being unlocked in you. A fire you forgot you had is being reignited. And the voice calling you isn't mine, it's His. Can you hear Him? 12. Let go of the idea that you have time to waste. The illusion of later is the greatest enemy of your destiny. The sign has appeared. The timeline has shifted. What once was theory is now unfolding reality, and you're not powerless in this. You're pivotal. You're not a background character in this story. You are the message bearer, the living proof, and as darkness increases, so will your light, but only if you decide now that fear won't define your next step. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's movement in spite of it. So move. Speak, rise. 13. Many wait for revival to come from the skies. But what if it's meant to rise from within you? What if this final rapture sign is the match, and your spirit is the kindling? You've prayed for clarity. This is it. You've asked for confirmation. This is it. Heaven isn't hiding. It's revealing, and not to the masses, but to the few who will actually do something with what they've seen. Your obedience could be the answer to someone else's prayer. Your courage could awaken a generation. So what will you do with this moment? What will you build before the trumpet sounds? 14. There is a remnant rising, not the loudest, not the most famous, but the fiercest. those who carry fire and don't apologize for it, those who see the sign and don't wait for permission to act. This is your tribe, this is your moment. The last rapture sign wasn't the end of something, it was the beginning of a final surge. A holy uprising of surrendered hearts. You were never meant to walk alone, and now a movement is forming, made of people like you who are done playing small. You're done whispering. The time for boldness has come. Step out of the shadows. 15. Right now, the angels are watching. Heaven is leaning in. The final chapter is being written, and your name is meant to be in it. Not as a footnote, but as a fighter. You didn't survive everything you've been through just to quit now. The sign has come. The sky has spoken, and you have a decision to make. Will you go back to comfort or forward into calling? There is no middle ground anymore. The shaking will intensify, but those who stand now will shine later. You are one of them. Your time is now. The sign appeared, and your response is the next miracle